Hi guys, I'm back with another Riffing with Rasmus. Today we're taking a look at a black note piece that's in 7/4. So typically you have 4/4, but today in 7/4. Now before we get into the video, can I just ask you to like the video and subscribe if you really like this and want to see more of it, because that way it makes a lot easier for me to make a lot more of these videos. Now when you play 7/4, you can either look at it as one bar, that's 4 beats, and then with another bar that only has 3 beats. Or you can look at it at 2 bars, but where you're kind of skipping the last beat and then kind of making a weird jump ahead. Actually, in this piece, I'm more looking at it as 5 beats and then 2 beats following that. So let me just play the riff for you, and then we'll get into explaining how it all works. So it goes like this. So I'm actually playing 2 riffs, with one basically being a tremolo picked version of the first one. So the first chord we have here is a D minor on the 5th fret of our 5th string, regular bar chord. And actually I'm not using the top string here, so you don't have to do the bar, you can just use your index finger on the 5th fret. But it sounds like this. And I'm then playing the notes up from the 5th string up to the 2nd string, so that's 4 notes. And then to end it, I play the 3rd string, so that's 5 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going upwards. I'm just alternate picking. So string 4, so string 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 3 again. So, and all those just goes on the beat, like this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now the second part comes, which is then the last 1, 2. And here I'm actually playing 8 notes instead of quarter notes. So we have, so on those 2 beats I play 4 notes. So we have, so in the first I play 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, it's just 8 notes. It's just moving the exact same chord shape down 1 fret. So we're on the 4th fret. And then I play up from the 5th string. So I play from the 5th string to the 2nd string. Again, still just alternate picking. You can choose to do like a sweep if you want to, like this. It really just was most comfortable for you. It pretty much sounds the same, I would say. So that's our first bar of 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 quarter notes, and then we have 4 8 notes, and that makes 7 quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. And then we're back on the next bar, and we start in the same way by playing this D minor again. But then instead of going down on the 4th fret, we go up to the 8th fret. And now instead of playing from the 5th string to the 2nd string, we play from the 2nd string down to the 5th string. So, and I think actually here I'm sweeping it, but again you can also just alternate pick it. So the second bar go like this. So all in all, we now have this. Now the 3rd bar is a repetition of the 1st bar, so we just go down to the 4th fret and play from the 5th string up to the 2nd string. So, and then our last bar again starts with the same D minor. But here I'm moving down to the 1st fret, and then you can either just do the bar and press down on the 1st fret of the 1st string, which and play from the 1st string up to the 4th string, so like this. But I actually, since I don't really do the bar, instead of just pushing down with the whole finger, I just move my index finger up and fret that 1st fret on the 1st string. So that's the entire first part of this riff. So again, goes like this. And that's all there is to it. So it's all just one bar of 7/8, and then we play 4 bars. And the rhythm is the same throughout. We play 5 quarter notes, and then we play 4 8 notes, which gives us 7 quarter notes. And then I go into the second part, which goes like this. So what I play here is in a sense a simplified version of the first riff. So the first 5 notes is exactly the same. Here I'm just tremolo picking them, so I'm hitting each of those notes 3 times, like this. And then instead of changing to playing then the 8 notes we had before, they're simplified and just play the first 2 notes of the chords, being basically this little power chord here going from on the 4th fret and on the 6th fret of the 5th and 4th string respectively. So the first bar of the tremolo pick part goes like this. And then again we play the same. And then I just go up and do the exact same power chord shape up here on the 8th and 10th fret. And then for the 3rd bar here, again repeat the first one. And then the last bar, we repeat that again and just go down to the 1st fret here and play the 1st fret and the 3rd fret of the 5th and 4th string. So all in all we have this. And up to speed it'll sound like this. And then when I end the song, I just play the chord here on the 5th fret, the D minor. Now when you do the tremolo pick part, you're not holding down the entire chord, which you are for the first part. You are just picking the individual string, and you are actually lifting your fingers so that you're muting the other strings and not playing them, so like this. And especially here, I'm using my first finger to mute the strings when I'm not playing the first note. Now this last tremolo pick part is in a sense simpler because you can actually think the 4 beats, because you're not changing from quarter notes to 8th notes. You're just playing the same feel throughout. Now over the course of the intro song, the drum beat changes throughout. So you start out with a very simple drum beat, which just has like kick, snare, and then the hi-hat going. And then it changes to have double kicks going. Next it changes over to a pretty slow, straight feeling blast beat. And then it goes into a triplet blast feel in the last part. And it's important when you play this, that you really try to find the groove in that beat and play along to it. So don't just think it straight and just play kind of to a metronome. Of course you need to do that as well, but really feel what's the feel of the drum beats. Especially that last triplet part, you kind of need to change your feel a lot to make it match the drums. Alright, so that's all for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something to use. So this was a look at some less than conventional playing. I kind of got into this by playing a couple of Mayhem songs from some of their kind of mid-2000 albums. There's some parts that are like 3/4, and I think there's also some 7/8 parts here and there. So it kind of got me thinking like, how can you play this to a different feel than just playing straight 4/4 on everything. So I hope you find it useful, and again, I hope this inspires you to explore more kind of unconventional time signatures. And the challenge is to make it sound like it's almost just kind of 4/4, right? You you don't want to put that much emphasis like on like, hey, look at me, I'm playing something really weird. You just want to have it kind of sound slightly different, so that it doesn't sound like every other riff there, but you don't want to point it out super obviously that like, oh my god, I'm playing 7/4 or 7/8 or whatever you're doing. Just try and make it sound groovy. Regardless of what tempo or what time signature you're doing, or kind of how fast you're playing blast beats or whatever, it still needs to groove at the end of the day. So really focus on that when you're trying to write these parts of songs, and also when you're playing them. So thank you for watching. I hope you will subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will do on this. So see you guys. Bye.